Okay, I gotta share this with you guys. This has been like taking over my brain on doing this wood testing. So this is the rig I'm thinking about. Over here I've got my list of glues I want to try. So Titebond, high glue, old brown, the three different grades, 315, 251, 192, Titebond I, Titebond II, Titebond III, Gorilla Glue, Super Glue, West Systems Epoxy, East Coast Resin, 5-minute epoxy, construction adhesive, Cascamite, which is one that a lot of Europeans like, white Elmers glue, white wood glue, Barge, thinned Barge, and homemade hide glue. I'm actually distilling my own down from rawhide. So this, it's like, I think it's 21 right now, something like that. So I want to try all of these, and this is the rig I'm thinking about. So here I've got a bottle jack that pushes up into a load cell, and this load cell is then connected to this box that completely surrounds the wood. Now the one thing I want to do that other people haven't done is actually test the bond between this little block of wood and the main block of wood. A lot of people test have a failure point where the wood itself breaks, and I don't want to do that. I actually want to force the glue to break, and so that's going to make a ton of pressure, in some cases probably close to a ton. So I'm going to be boxing this in and completely supporting this little piece with the steel around it, and that way all of the forces on that shear line and this top bar that runs along the board is right up to that, so that they're shearing against each other. So I get a complete shear pressure. The nice thing about this system is I can take this block and I can rotate it 90 degrees and also test the end grain of it. So I can have face grain to face grain, end grain to end grain. And then I can also remove material from the back of the block and test how well it holds up on voids. And then I can take this whole wooden piece I have all these blocks glued onto, I can set it outside in the rain for a day or two and then test it in moisture. So I can do all 4 of those tests. So I'll need a whole bunch of these boards made up, and each one of these will then have a glue holding that one glue on here, and I'll be able to mark underneath it what its glue was and what its pressure it sheared off at. This load cell will give me the highest pressure before it lets loose, and I can actually see on the computer the bar graph as what that says. All told, this rig has probably ended up costing me somewhere around $1,000. But I think it would be good information. It'd be having all 20 of these, particularly with the hide glues. I haven't seen much information on the hide glues, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. So I'd love to hear your ideas on this particular setup. I'm really trying to focus on the glue. I don't want the wood to fail. I don't want to have a joint and test different joints. I actually want to know what is the strength of the glue and the glue alone. Eliminate all other variables. So that's why I don't want to do a lap test. I don't want to do a joint test. I want to just simply know what is the glue strength. So yeah, this is what I'm playing with, and I'd love to hear your ideas. I know this is in shear, and I think that's the best to try. I have thought about trying to merely pull the block off, but in that case I haven't found a good way of supporting the block, because most of the time the wood is just going to break before the block breaks. I'm also planning on doing this all out of maple, so that there's no chance of there's less chance of the wood failing, as opposed to doing it with pine, which the wood's going to fail long before any of the glues. So yeah, this is what I'm thinking. I thought I'd give you guys an idea of it. Love to hear your thoughts and see what you're thinking. So yeah, thanks. See you next time.